to explore it, nothing too serious. Forget the world for a minute, before we know it, the future's the past. Seize the moment while we're in it, hold on to each other as long as it lasts. I don't care about forever, 'cause sometimes forever is over so fast. Hush, hush, baby, come in here with me. I want for you to go. No need to worry, there is no hurry to stay. We'll take it slow.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to 2K Sports. I'm here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight, it'll be the San Antonio Spurs going up against the Thunder out in Oklahoma City. Last outing for Oklahoma City, they ended up with a win against Phoenix. That game was a dominant performance. Always nice to win one going away, but it's just one game, and they'll be ready to go tonight. Well, Carmelo Anthony, an offensive force now for so many years in this league, not scoring maybe quite as much as he used to, but he still draws a lot of attention from the D.
Still gets those double teams. I would imagine that he's probably never played an NBA basketball game without being double teamed at some point. That would be
That's a great point.
Unique feeling. Shaq, I don't know anyone like that who's been doubled every game.
Me either. The attention he gets opens up things for his team. He just needs to get the ball to the right place.
Shaq, I've never heard anybody get doubled. Have you?
Me either.
Okay.
Because I got tripled.
Okay, there it is.
That does it for us. Thanks for tuning in. See you later.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
The Star-Spangled Banner, sung by musical artist Linda Lynn. Welcome, everyone, to this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge is joining us from the sideline. Now for the Oklahoma City Thunder, they won their last contest, that game against Phoenix. And that was a serious blowout. Not too many people can claim that they saw that coming.
I just thought the defense was porous. Got any shot they wanted, really, for most of the evening.
I'll give them credit. Even though they were facing very little resistance, they refused to play down to the level of their competition.
And now, before we get to the tip-off, let's find out what Billy Donovan had to share with our David Aldridge. David.
Well, Kevin, he was pretty straightforward and expressed how disappointed he was that they've split the first two games of the season against this team. He said, "We haven't been as consistent as I know we can." And he stressed the importance of today's game and getting a leg up on the season series. Guys?
Thank you, David. And with both these teams, Steve, in the playoff picture, you know that this game will feel a little more amped up, I think, than usual.
Yeah, these teams are looking at, we want to send a message in the regular season because when we see you in the playoffs, we want you to know or have something for you to think about. And the more you can win in the regular season against a team that you probably potentially face in the playoffs, I think it bodes well for the team that's having the more wins than losses.
And so off the tip, it's Oklahoma City. And a look at the starters for San Antonio. We've got Murray. He's out there with Mills. Anderson is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Bertsinison at the power forward. Murray. And he makes good on the layup. Murray's got the first points up on the board tonight here for the Spurs.
Perfect vision. Mills getting quicker these days at spotting the open man.
Here's Westbrook. Rebound, San Antonio. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
And no issues with how they played. I mean, the problem simply is they just couldn't finish.
They had some opportunities that they let slip away. Sometimes it's just not your night.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
When your defense translates into offense, it's a beautiful thing.
So it's the Spurs now, following the score by Oklahoma City. Aldridge kicks to Murray. And not a good shot for him. They can get better looks than that. Here's Westbrook. Mills with the rebound.
I'll tell you what, despite the miss, he's going to be looking for that same shot again.
He feeds it to Anderson. Kicks to Aldridge. Spurs working the ball around now. Pass to Murray. 6 to shoot. The Spurs need to get a shot off here. Shot from the wing. San Antonio again missing. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Great positioning on the putback.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
On defense, Oklahoma City. Anderson outside. Pass to Bertans. There's the feed to Aldridge. And the dunk by Aldridge.
At the rack. Heartless. Aldridge using his size, being aggressive.
The Thunder have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play.
A guy who converts well at the rim, you like to see the aggression there.
You really like him setting the tone early. Physical, challenging guys to stop him.
That free throw good from Anthony.
With the acquisition of LaMarcus Aldridge, the Spurs going against the grain. Most teams going small and shooting threes. Aldridge, a big forward who loves the mid-range.
Shots good by Mills.
All day, Mills will do this for you. Lightning quick on the catch and release.
And there it is for him. Anthony's got 5.
And where's the help? Obviously, a missed rotation, something they're going to want to patch up.
Only the first quarter. Guys are getting in a groove, but communication on the defense has to be better.
Now here's Anderson. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Warriors in Oakland.
And you know, another way he impacted the game was forcing turnovers. Really disrupted the offensive flow.
He just powered that one down.
One of the game's top dunkers. Mills dishes to Aldridge. Anderson wide open, and a great assist by Aldridge as that one goes in. Anderson's got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball. They get it again, and he makes that one.
Oh, easy putback. No one got a body on it.
And there's one thing you're trying to minimize. It's second chance opportunities. Poor defensive rebounding for them.
And Aldridge slams it in.
And he wasn't about to do anything that would get him in trouble there.
Nope, up and in with a one-hand finish, the most basic possible.
And I just love the aggressiveness from George, just slicing apart the defense with that terrific ability to penetrate.
Now here's Murray. 14 points from him the last game against Golden State. Dishes it to Mills. Aldridge a screen. Takes the 3. No good on the shot. And Oklahoma City will go with it the other way. Here's George. And it's sent back by Aldridge.
The length and anticipation of Aldridge. A tough combo to score against.
Mills can't hit.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Eustace. And he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
If you aren't going to at least step in front of him, you can't be surprised when he throws down like that.
Snatched up. Banked in off the glass. Adams has got 6 points.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Murray kicks to Aldridge. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Anthony goes right through for bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
And love the muscle Anthony brings to the 3 spot. Takes pride in outworking everyone when he's that deep inside. Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish. Westbrook passes to Anthony. The 3 from George. Bertans grabs the board.
You can see the frustration. They hold the lead, but he wants to be able to contribute.
Mills can't hit.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
And it's George finishing it off.
Love the attitude of Westbrook. Continues to improve at running the offense and finding ways to create opportunities for his teammates.
Now here's Mills. Aldridge a screen. Anthony on the double team. Stolen by George. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. And it's George finishing it off.
And jumping out like this, man, you automatically start thinking blowout.
Double digits in the first quarter. The only thing they have to avoid is taking their foot off the gas.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. Their last meeting was in Oklahoma City, where they were unable to fight off the Thunder.
It was a loss last time they faced up against each other. A very tightly contested game that they felt they could have won.
It could have gone either way, but unfortunately for them, they ended up on the losing side of that score.
Green, he's checked in for Patty Mills. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Gasol.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
Spurs trail by 11. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Westbrook. Jumps up.
Oh! Nasty. Yes. And really focused on establishing dominance down low. And guys, it's working.
They have played physical, they have owned the paint, and they have built up a decent lead here in the first.
And one thing you have to say about Russell Westbrook, he is an absolute star. I mean, the type of player you can build around and win with. Just the total package on the offensive end of the floor.
Here's Murray. Good, and Aldridge gets the assist. Murray's got his second basket. Oklahoma City leading by 11. Here's George. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. The numbers Westbrook put up last season in his MVP run, Greg, just staggering.
And you figured his numbers would get a bump, but I don't think anybody could have expected this guy to average a triple-double. I mean, arguably the most impactful superstar in the league.
Well, as we come down the stretch this season, these are the big men having the most success from the floor since the All-Star break. Second is Steven Adams.
And it's one thing to be able to create high-quality shots for yourself, but you still have to finish. And there's no doubt all those guys can do both.
Every one of them possesses a great touch around the basket. When they receive the ball in good position in the paint, it is just about automatic.
And George gets it to go.
And guys, they've come out and established a rhythm. And also their play calling has been on point.
Well, the two go hand in hand. Matching your strategy to your personnel is key.
It's hauled in by Felton.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
And George with the stuff.
I don't know if you can do it any better on both ends than they have tonight.
It's early, but they have taken full control of this game, and the fans here, they know it.
Here's Parker. The Thunder making the shot. Outside, Green. He dishes it to Aldridge. For the three. Again, the miss by Green. The Thunder leading by 17. And George, here we go. They get it again. Nice shot by Felton.
And they've done the job on the offensive glass.
San Antonio's gotten just 2 of 6 to fall from three-point range so far in the first. Spurs passing it around. Double team on Parker. And the wide open shot from Green. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker.
I love the elevation Danny Green gets on his jumper. Makes him tough to defend from distance.
Here's Anthony, and the layup's good off the glass. Anthony's got 9.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Gay. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Here's George, and some very quick points for him on that possession. 16 points for him.
And George just has that extra gear. Well, once he kicks into it, he is nearly impossible to stop.
Inside. The shot missing. Good work defensively by Anthony. And George. Oh!
No, he didn't.
He is a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
That could be a contender for the dunk of the year, I think. Parker double teamed. Gay outside. Passes it to Green. Sinks the triple. Green's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for San Antonio.
And that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
Adams. No good. Now San Antonio takes it the other way.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter.
And oh, here we go with George. Nobody back. And it's George finishing it off.
And hustle paying off there for George in the open court. Gets up court in a flash and finishes before the D can even react.
San Antonio calls timeout. And the rise of the analytics movement in basketball, Steve, hard to miss over the last 5 or 6 years. You can't read a story without a writer, without a broadcaster referring to some kind of number, analytic term, or an angle to a story. Teams incorporating a more scientific approach. How do you like that?
You know, Kevin, I love it, especially when you're evaluating guys coming out of college to the pro game. So much when guys use it just 100% to how to coach the game, teach the game, draft players. I still think all sports is a game of feel. And when you're out on that court, I'm not looking at saying this guy shoots from here because he's capable of doing other things. I think a little bit low dosage of it, but more importantly, I want guys to know how to play the game from a field.
A different look for Oklahoma City. Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for Anthony. Grant comes in for George. And Alex Abrinas subbed in for Russell Westbrook. And San Antonio also making a switch. Gasol's checked in. Now here's Ginobili. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Shot off the screen. Green, no luck.
Yeah, you love the solid screen, but what you hate is just the inability to finish.
You can see he's frustrated with that one. Knows it's up to him to make that play.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Ginobili outside, feeds to Green. It's stolen by Adams. Jumps up, and Adams with the slam.
Whoa, quick hands on the steal, and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them, defensively and offensively.
Terrific defensive instincts to come away with that one, and he showed no hesitation in how he completed that transition opportunity.
And here they come. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
Yeah, what a quarter for him. firing on all cylinders, putting this team in a good place.
There's the pass to Ginobili. Gasol a screen. Parker kicks to Gasol. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. Gasol against Adams. Off target from the baseline. San Antonio's gone 4 of 8 on their three-point attempts, doing a lot of work from way outside. Here in the first quarter, Gasol wide open. He fires, and it's good on the assist by Parker.
High percentage look for Powell. Won't miss many from that distance.
Adams' shot is good.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
The Spurs shooting 43% since taking the floor today. To the inside. Got a piece of it.
Just a great job of timing on the block from Patterson.
And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. 16 points for Steven Adams.
Well, that's 3 of their last 5 baskets in transition.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock.
Attacking the defense with the pass. Love the unselfishness.
Puts it up from 17. Second chance shot. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket. Adams has got 18 points in the game. Felton against Parker. Gasol a screen. Ball's knocked loose. There's Green with the 3. Doesn't go for him. And the buzzer sounds to end the first, and we've got a blowout underway here. Thunder out in front, ending the first quarter on a 20-7 run. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Oklahoma City. And a moment now to hear from Steven Adams as he reflects back on a life growing up as the youngest of 18 children back in New Zealand.
So, like, the youngest over there has to do everything, like all chores, pretty much 18 years of being rookie. That's pretty much all it is, and people just beat you up for no reason.
Hard to imagine growing up in such a huge family, but it sounds like maybe it prepared him for life in the NBA.
Yeah, I'd say it might have toughened him up a little bit, that's for sure. Wow, 18? That is mind-boggling.
Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And a very convincing performance from the Thunder so far.
Aggressive defense in that first period. They forced several miscues.
These guys have quick hands. You have to protect the ball around all of them.
On the court right now for the Spurs, Rudy Gay is out there with Green. Then there's Parker. Then it's Pau Gasol. And it's Forbes in at the 2-guard spot. Now here's Green. 6 on the shot clock. Gasol a screen from deep 3-point range, but they'll get another chance. Here's Forbes. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
And Danny Green, undrafted out of North Carolina. He's been a linchpin of the Spurs' great defense over his career.
You know, 6'6" with that 6'10" wingspan. This is a guy that can block shots like a big man, guards 3 positions, and one of the guys that we call the prototype when you talk about that 3 and D wing player.
The Thunder have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line.
Not a strong suit for this group, just around 71%.
And the first one drops. Greg, the one thing about Patrick Patterson out of Kentucky, he is a smart basketball player.
Yeah, he's not the best rebounder or shot blocker, but the advanced stats love him, and he gets the job done at both ends of the floor.
San Antonio making a switch here. Mills is checked in. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
Patrick Patterson with his great shooting stroke, always looking comfortable at the free throw line.
And Mills kicks to Gasol. Off target with his 3. The Thunder shooting 65%, an outstanding offensive display from them.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. They get a hand on it. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, the Spurs have never been the flashy team in the NBA. Tony Parker said beautiful basketball is playing the right way. Ball movement, pure, beautiful basketball is the way we've played. You have all sorts of fans, and there should be something for everybody. Kevin, he told me a long time ago, if we were in New York, people would love us.
And during Popovich's time in San Antonio, the Spurs have always played together, D.A. Got to respect their team-first approach to the game.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Count it. Forbes has got his first 2 points of the night.
Known as more of a shooter than a playmaker, Mills has improved at running the offense.
Here's Grant. And it's Gasol with the rebound. San Antonio's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Mills with it. Now Felton defending. Here's Gay. Another shot. Gasol. The rebound by Patterson. Patterson's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Here's Grant and the dunk by Grant.
A little undersized at the 4, but he can get off the ground.
Spurs have gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. And Mills kicks to Green. Here's Mills. 8 points his last outing. Grant, right side. Ferguson, the pass to Felton. Wasted no time on that one.
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
And San Antonio shooting not great, 40% for the game. And Mills kicks to Green. To the middle. Wants to get it to Gay, and does. And that one, good. Gay's got 7 now in this quarter.
And after a scoreless first quarter, he's finally finding the range here in the second.
Smitty's still the most electrifying play in the game, the slam dunk. For your money, who are the more phenomenal dunkers right now in the league?
Zach LaVine is at top of my list.
High flyer, you're right.
LeBron James, Aaron Gordon, those guys.
Antetokounmpo.
Yes. I mean, you talk about guys that are trying stuff that guys don't try in games. Those guys, Russell Westbrook, love to see more of these guys in the dunk contest. But Zach LaVine right now is the top of my list.
Yeah, he is.
2.
The first one falls.
You know, Kevin, it's easy to forget, but Greg Popovich was almost fired by the Spurs back in '99. Rough start that year, under 500. The players caught wind that if they didn't win the next game in Houston, Pop would get the X.
And the Thunder making a switch here. Eustace is checked in. San Antonio also making some changes. Davis Bertans checks in for Gay. And it's Kyle Anderson in for Danny Green. And amazing to think about an all-time great like Popovich being on the hot seat. His players went to the mat for him, though, didn't they?
Some huge performances by Tim Duncan, among others. They really came out to support Pop. The Spurs finished that season on a tear, going on to win the franchise first NBA title.
5 on the clock. And pushing it up here. Here is Oklahoma City. And the dunk by Grant.
And he runs the floor with a purpose that time. Excellent play.
You know what? And a late reaction by the transition D takes it himself uncontested.
Now here's Mills. Anderson outside. The 3 from Bertans. Can't get it to fall, and he's missed the second after making his first. From the baseline. Felton can't get it to go. San Antonio's gone 1 of 6 from three-point land in the second quarter. Less than 20%. but they've continued to let him fly. The shot's good from Gasol. Gasol's got his third bucket of the night.
As a center, this is what you're up against. Gasol, well-schooled at scoring in traffic.
And getting a perspective on the offensive tendencies here since the All-Star break, we've got a breakdown showing the average three-point attempts versus two-point shot attempts per game since the midway point of the season for Oklahoma City.
And clearly they haven't been shy about launching it from long range. That's the way the league has been going, and they are certainly embracing that trend.
For San Antonio, they've gone 5 of 12 from the field here in the second. Mills with it. Now Felton defending. Here's Forbes. Misses off the right iron. The Thunder have gone 7 for 10 here in the second quarter. They'd like to keep up that nice pace. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give them 2 chances at the free throw line here.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
For Oklahoma City, they have been on target from the free throw line. They're 5 of 5 in that department.
Two.
And that one misses. And Smitty, I heard somewhere that both Larry Bird and Kevin Durant did a lot of wrist strengthening exercises when they were growing up. How important is wrist strength to basketball players, and especially shooters like yourself?
You know, when you're taught the game of shooting a basketball, Kevin, they say get your legs into it. But there's sometimes you are in situations where the only thing you can do is use your arms and your wrists. And you see guys right now from a flat-out standstill position deep behind the three-point line, a la Kevin Durant, Steph Curry. They're just shooting it with all arms and wrists. So it's very important to strengthen your wrists and your arms.
And did you do that? Did you do any of that wrist strengthening when you played, and did you adhere to that?
I did not, Kevin. All I did was did some push-ups.
Now here's Murray. Paul George unable to get his shot to go. Anderson, that's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening. Yeah, you won't see him miss many dunks unless you've got somebody right in his face, as was the case there on that possession. You have got to be kidding me. I mean, that's a point guard playing like a power forward.
And he can do a little bit of everything out there.
He is not scared of anybody. He knows he can play amongst the big boys, and he showed it.
Now here's Anderson. Paul George unable to get his shot to go. And it's Anderson that time on the assist by Murray. Murray's got 4 assists in the game.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
On offense, here are the Spurs. It's been 8 unanswered points for him. Shots good by Mills.
And this is where Mills kills you. Tremendous range.
Now here's Westbrook. He picked up 27 points in their last win against Phoenix.
And some of the passes he threaded through the defense were just incredible. He made it look so easy.
And here's Mills from the arc. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Anthony's got 3 rebounds now in this one.
Oh, wow.
Watch your head.
That's a beautiful jam.
And you know Westbrook has an outstanding vertical. Once he gets to the launching pad, rim, beware.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. And Smitty, every NBA player who plays as long as you did has a moment where they realize Father Time has caught up with them. Was there a specific moment for you, for instance, when you realized that you had to retire, or you were being asked to retire?
Hey, Kevin, great question. It happened all in one sequence.
Oh, really?
I was playing the power forward position. Imagine that. I started in this league as a point guard. I go to the power forward position. I step out to hedge on Jamal Crawford. He throws it through my leg and keeps it and lays it up. I look over at Bernie Bickerstaff, and he nodded and said, "You know what, Smitty, it's time." I said, "God, lead coach in the game, in the middle of the game." But that moment, I realized the game was passing me by with these young guys. And me and Jamal Crawford has talked about it. It was one of those moments when I didn't even react. I knew my reaction skills were gone.
That's an amazing story.
Yeah, and the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
You know, for the most part, their perimeter D is holding up, but they might have to sacrifice some of that to close down the lane.
Steven Adams, he's checked in for Patrick Patterson. And San Antonio with the change here, too. Ano Ginobili's checked in for Patty Mills. Murray kicks to Bertans, taken away by Anthony. Carmelo throws it down.
And a late reaction by the defense makes that one a no contest.
You know, he got out before people could turn their heads, and he's already gone with no hesitation.
The dish now to Aldridge. Taken away by Anthony. Outside Westbrook. And Westbrook throws it down hard.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
When your defense translates into offense, it's a beautiful thing.
Once again off the mark by San Antonio. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. It's on LaMarcus Aldridge. And when you watch Russell Westbrook play, he's one of the most competitive players in the NBA.
And with the way he attacks the rim and plays with just no abandon, I mean, this guy is no joke. Absolutely wills himself and his team to just do things that few others can, and relentless from the first quarter to the last whistle.
First one falls for him. Both shots good from the stripe. Murray with it. He's got 6. Pass to Bertans. And the wide open shot from Ginobili. No good. They had a chance to end the run there. In the corner, it's Westbrook. And finished off by Westbrook.
Just increasing their advantage. And right now, they're in a zone on both ends.
Yeah, this lead has snowballed. Credit their killer instinct for piling on.
Aldridge sets up the pick now for Murray. And finished off by Anderson.
And it was the screen there, guys, that freed him up as he ran his man into it.
And then it was all acceleration, GA, to the bucket right after that.
That was just a textbook pick that allowed him room, and he took advantage of it.
It's fine to extend your defense to try and create turnovers, but guys have to help each other.
That's been a problem for them all game. Teamwork is something you just can't turn on and off.
Oh! Well, the pace, the big plays they're making, this is a statement run right here.
Hard to remember the last time they've missed. These guys are having fun right now.
Murray with it. Westbrook picks him up. Stolen by Westbrook. For the finish, and finished off by Westbrook.
And guys, how fun is it watching this fella just go to work?
Greg, it's not every point guard who can climb the ladder like he can.
Not at all.
You might look at him and think he can't get up, but he finds a way to consistently surprise the D by rising way above them time after time. You know, he had a hot start to this game. He's only gotten hotter. We'll see if the defense makes an adjustment.
Here's George, and George with the stuff.
Man, they just keep coming at you. Can they sustain this level of energy for the rest of the night?
Well, as they fuel this lead, looks like the guys are feeding off the success. That keeps them going.
Westbrook with the steal. The finish. And George with the stuff.
Yeah, you see the athleticism George had on that dunk. It's so quick and explosive. Gets to the rim in an instant.
Ginobili dishes to Anderson. Back to Ginobili from outside the arc. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Adams has got 9 rebounds now tonight. Here's George. feisty from Ginobili. And San Antonio shooting in the second quarter right around 48%. And it's Murray, that time on the assist by Anderson. Murray's got 4 points this quarter.
Attacking on the interior, I like that attitude.
Anthony with the bucket.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Spurs shooting here about 46% for the game. Now Murray. He's got 8. Aldridge with it. Now defended by Adams. Aldridge against Adams. 6 to shoot. Here's Ginobili. Here's Aldridge. Second shot opportunity, and the layup is good. Aldridge has got 6.
The wingspan, the timing, Aldridge devastating on the offensive glass.
George misses off the left iron. So it's the Spurs now.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
And Oklahoma City making a change here. Abrinas is checked in. Then for the Spurs, Green comes in for Davis Bertans. And Tony Parker is subbed in for Murray. 50 seconds left now here in the second. Stolen by Westbrook. Here's Adams. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And as you would expect, Steven Adams has grown into a larger role with this team. Really came in as a guy who could defend and rebound, but starting to become more of a factor within their offensive framework.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
Free throw good, Adams. And Greg, with Adams, he hasn't just been given more opportunity to display what he can do on offense. He's earned it.
You hit it right on the head. And, you know, as an example, a guy that was a bad free throw shooter, all of a sudden he became respectable because of his work ethic last season. Much more nimble in the paint than most would think. Just good awareness, and he knows when to pick his spots.
And so Adams nails both of them. There's 38 seconds left in the first half of basketball. They double-team Ginobili. Here's Aldridge. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
And this is one of those times where the coach has got to preach, be unselfish.
And we don't know that he hasn't. Maybe it's been falling on deaf ears. Guys taking ill-advised jump shots.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Westbrook against Parker. He kicks it to Gay. He feeds it to Ginobili. Down low. Aldridge, the pass to Parker. And boy, that looked like goaltending. Yes, it is. And so they will award the basket there.
That's a very close call. I'm sure he thinks it's a clean block, but looks like it was on the way down.
And first timer of the game called for Oklahoma City. Here's Grant, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. They get Paul Gasol. For Oklahoma City, they have shot 9 of 11 at the free throw line.
Two.
And he can't get the first one. And the second free throw, good. And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder, able to put on a show for the ages. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Greg Popovich. Pop, what do you think was the main issue during the first half?
We didn't make shots.
Thank you for that insightful analysis, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Ernie Johnson joined by Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports.
Been working out.
Paul George taking care of business in this one. He ended up with 26 points, 3 rebounds, and also 3 steals. First 2 quarters from him were fun to watch. Kenny, let's get your take on Oklahoma City.
There's been one thing that's made a difference in this game above all else: their control of the backboard. They put forth an amazing effort on the glass, and the rebounding numbers aren't even close, Ernie. That'll be something to keep an eye on in the second half. They will be very tough to contain if that continues.
Shaq, let's get your thoughts on San Antonio.
Well, their sloppy play really surprised me, especially the turnovers. No matter who they had out there, they never seemed to be on the same page. Their only hope is to make every possession count, and that means taking care of the ball.
And that is just about going to wrap it up as the second half is moments away. Down to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the crew.
Welcome back to Oklahoma City, everyone. You can see Chesapeake Energy Arena there in the background as the cars stream down I-40. Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. You look at Paul George in this game, guys, he's been everywhere.
And I just love how aggressive he is. Usually tries to work for the best shot that he can.
And that really tests the defense. It's hard to take the right angle on him to contest the shot.
And San Antonio shooting here about 46% for the game. They've got Paul George, Russell Westbrook out there with Eustace. Then it's Anthony, and it's Adams in at the 5. That's Billy Donovan's 5 as we get going here in the second half. Shot clock at 6. Here's Aldridge, the good-looking shot from the wing. Aldridge has got the first points of the second half up on the board for San Antonio. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it. Let's go to the 2K leaderboard. These teams have been terrific at turning turnovers into points. Second, the Thunder.
They're so aware defensively. I mean, an opportunistic group in terms of forcing miscues and getting out in transition. And boy, do they do a great job of taking advantage.
Anderson up top. Kicks it to Mills. And there's the feed to Murray. Lets it go from deep, and it's Patty Mills with the 3. Mills has got 9 points.
I mean, defensively, you have to close out harder than that.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Kawhi Leonard has become a go-to scorer, but his focus still starts at the defensive end. He said, my mindset is the same every game. Whoever I'm playing against, I go in and try to stop their best scorer and then try to get myself going on the offensive end. Kevin?
And David, that's what you get with Kawhi. Mr. Consistency, one of the best two-way players in the game. And then George with the jam.
That is not possible. What we just, is that possible?
I think it is, Greg. Not probable, but like possible, like you said. And that replay sponsored by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment, giving us an excellent perspective on the play. The Spurs shooting their first free throws of this game.
Yeah, pretty good numbers on the season when you look at their free throw attempts, right around 78%.
The first one falls. So he picks up just one from the line that time. Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. An easy 2 points on the layup. George has got 4 points in the quarter. For San Antonio, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Now here's Mills. Tight defense on him. Shoots from 14. Offensive rebound, Spurs. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
Yeah, how about the body control on that one? Narrowly misses getting the deuce.
The Spurs shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game. And the first one at the line is good. Both free throws good from Anderson. The Thunder have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. Here's George, and then George with the jam.
My goodness, that was absolutely filthy.
Ugh, nasty. This building is stunned. He dug deep, Greg, into his bag of tricks there. Pass to Anderson. Dishes to Aldridge. Passes it to Murray. Aldridge a screen. Inside, here's Anderson. A nice shot by Aldridge. Aldridge has got 10 points.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you'd think his team would have the lead.
Here's Westbrook. Shot number 12 goes in. He's made 7 of 12 now.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
And Mills kicks to Bertans. Stolen. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity. And out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession. We take a second here to take a look at the shot chart for Oklahoma City.
And you look at the chart and you see they have done a lot of their damage in the mid-range game. So often teams will try to force everything at the hoop or only rely on the three to score. But they have seen what the defense is giving them and taken every open look they found.
Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. Aldridge sets up the pick now for Murray. He dishes it to Aldridge. Baseline J on the way. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. And Steve, as the big three in San Antonio age and retire, how big was it for San Antonio to sign the all-star LaMarcus Aldridge?
You know, it's huge, Kevin, a Texas native, and it's easy to see why he chose the Spurs. It's been interesting to see him integrate his game into their system.
Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Here's Bertans for three. Bangs home the trifecta. He has 5.
What a valuable asset to the offense, having a big with that kind of range.
And here's Westbrook from the arc. Westbrook missing again. For San Antonio, they've gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. They get a hand on it. And now Westbrook pushing it up. No one back to stop him. And finished off by Westbrook.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
And here's Mills. 9 points in the game so far. And here comes the break for the finish. And Westbrook throws it down hard.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
When your defense translates into offense, it's a beautiful thing.
That one falls coming off Anthony's feet. And it's now 22 points for Russell Westbrook.
And I love the confidence and energy Westbrook plays with. Just an excellent scorer once he gets good position inside.
And it's Aldridge on the follow.
He's been locked in all quarter, really finding his rhythm.
Adams. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
No question he got bumped on that shot.
On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
They throw good, Adams. Patterson, he's checked in for the Thunder. That one is no good. The Spurs have gone even 5 of 10 on shot attempts in the third. Murray kicks to Bertans. No good on the triple. And George, here we go.
Clearly a foul.
This is his first free throw of the game.
Yeah, it's good to see him with his free throw percentage up over 80.
Two shots.
They throw good, Paul George. Arenas is checked in for Steven Adams. The Spurs also with the sub. Green's checked in. And both free throws good for Paul George. Here's Mills. He's got 9. Outside, Green. Hits it from three-point range. Green's got 9 points.
Another triple, and that's been the story of this second half.
Coming out of the break, they've relied on their perimeter offense to generate points. Right now, it's working. He had just enough breathing room around the basket, and he found a way to convert it.
Murray kicks to Mills. Feeds to Green. Green draws the double. And stolen by Patterson. Here's George, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
2 shots. Foul. 2.
These are his third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
Two shots.
First one falls for him. And Oklahoma City making a change here. Grant's checked in. Then for the Spurs, Pau Gasol, he's checked in for Anderson. Gay comes in for Patty Mills. And Parker subbed in for DeJounte Murray. And George drops them both.
See, now he's getting defenders back on their heels a little bit, getting to the foul line here in the second half.
To the right side. Here's Aldridge. No good. Some solid defense from Grant. And the foul called on Pau Gasol. And that'll be his third foul so far. Oklahoma City shooting with confidence. Wow, 66% from the floor. And that one drops for him. 24 points for Russell Westbrook.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Parker outside. And it's Aldridge, top of the key. And Grant sends it back. And now the fast break. George with the ball. And George with the stuff.
Yeah, well, I mean, once he gets the ball, it's just off to the races.
And you have to like the punctuation at the end of it. Great individual play.
Parker against Westbrook. Green, the screen. And the pass to Gay. Offensive rebound. Out to Parker. Shot to stop the run. No good on the shot.
All the time in the world to get that one off.
George with the ball. Now Green defending. Basket good.
No, it's scary because he's just been a matchup nightmare in this game. He's eaten up anybody they've thrown at him.
Good looking screen by Gasol. Back to Parker. Kicks it out to Gay. And it's Gay again missing.
His lack of consistency with the shot tonight has held them back.
George, no good.
That's just two tough competitors meeting right at the rim. Someone, in my opinion, had to lose.
And Rudy Gay picks up the foul. That's his third foul of the game.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
For the Thunder, Ferguson's checked in for Paul George. And it's Felton in for Russell Westbrook. Manu Ginobili, he's checked in for the Spurs. Nice shot by Felton.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Parker kicks to Gay. Back to Parker. Ginobili outside. Right side Gasol. That falls. Nice feed that time for Manu Ginobili. Gasol's got 8 points.
I love how he establishes his post position inside before he converts. Oh, that's straight TNT, baby. Explosive.
That was pretty, and he just has that effortless knack for getting inside. San Antonio's gone 3 of 7 from three-point range here in quarter number 3. Gay kicks to Ginobili. Launches it. Good on the triple. Ginobili's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
And how about that lefty stroke there from Ginobili? It is a thing of beauty. He is dialed in from deep.
Nobody near Parker. That 3 off the mark. Here's Ferguson. 8 points for him. Felton kicks to Patterson. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup. 10 points for him.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Spurs working the ball around now. That's good from Gay on the assist by Parker. Parker's got 4 assists in the game.
Nice play. Gay with the quickness to get in close and the size to close the deal. When you miss a lay-in, it sort of sucks the energy out of your team.
And Pau Gasol, one of the most skilled 7-footers this league has ever seen. Whether it's the low post, high post, flaring off picks, you want the ball in his hands.
Abrinas' shot is off.
How many times have you seen him do that? Losing focus on a simple lay-in.
And the basket by Ginobili.
The veteran eyes see all. Frenchie with the tremendous look to make that play happen.
Here's Ferguson over Parker. The Thunder with another miss. And Pau Gasol, a very good perimeter shooter, starting to stretch his range out beyond that three-point arc.
Yeah, his face-up game is becoming more and more prominent. Working from that elbow, he's become more of a triple threat. He can shoot it, drive it, and pass at a high level.
And a lot to like about that play, particularly how it ends.
Yeah, at the rack. That's what you want in transition, a high percentage look.
Felton against Parker. There's the dish to Ginobili. Again, the miss by Ginobili. The Thunder shooting with confidence. Wow, 66% from the floor. Ferguson, that one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
Mr. Dependable tonight, helping them grow this league.
There's a screen. Parker dishes to Gasol. Trying to find Green. He's got it now. And the shot goes in. Green's got 5 points now this quarter.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Patterson, that's good. 55 seconds left to play in the third. Parker passes to Gay. To the paint. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Pau Gasol as skilled of a big man as you'll find in this league, in my opinion. Passing, shooting, handling, you name it.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
76% at the stripe for him thus far this season.
Two shot.
First free throw is good. We were just talking about Pau shooting last season. He shot almost 55% from three-point range. How about that?
That's how you fend off Father Time. Keep adding layers to your game.
San Antonio making a switch here. Forbes checked in. Both free throws good from Gasol.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second, despite being down.
And the dunk by Grant.
And really the story of the half, one team shooting it lights out, the other, the lights are just out.
You know what? It's 2 competing philosophies. One team playing it close to the vest, the other fast and loose.
He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. And he's on his way to the free throw line.
Well, you see right there, Rudy attacks and maintains focus. He is a load to contain.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. Adams, he's checked in for Patrick Patterson.
Shooting one.
And when you watch Rudy Gay out there on the court, you see just why he's always been a solid scorer in our league. I mean, any situation, any type of offense, he can find a way to get points, and really one of the more underrated players we have in our league.
Drains it from beyond the arc.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
Here's Adams, and Adams with the slam.
That is ferocious.
You said it. That was ferocious. Now here's Ginobili. 6 points for him. And there's the foul. That's on Steven Adams. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. For San Antonio, they have made 6 of their 7 attempts at the line in this one.
2 shots.
And he makes the first. Both free throws good from Ginobili. 5 seconds left to play here in the third. 2 on the clock. And it's finished off by Grant as he lays it in. Grant's got 4 points in the quarter. And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder holding an unbelievable lead as the quarter wraps up. And they're winning the turnover battle very easily in this one. Back right after this. Now let's hear what head coach Billy Donovan was reviewing with his team in the huddle.
Guys, good job hitting ahead. That means we're running, which is good, okay? We've got to pay attention right now, okay, and what we're doing coming out of timeouts.
Pushing the action, fast pace. Billy Donovan wants to keep them rolling it out.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing a good job in transition. They just need to stay focused and be efficient.
And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. On the court for San Antonio, they've got Laverne. Pau Gasol is out there with Rudy Gay, and it's Paul in at the 1. Good-looking screen by Gasol. San Antonio with the new 24. Bucket is good. Gasol's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Spurs. Here's Abrinas. And the layup is good.
Amazing how he gets this one to go. Size doesn't matter.
But it can in the painted area. Regardless, he's crafty enough to get up a good shot.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
Well, you always hear about a player working extra hard in the offseason when they're approaching free agency, or how much truth is there to the idea, Steve, of a player doing more in a contract year, trying harder?
Well, you hear it. I mean, you hear teammates, you hear guys, competitors, you hear us analysts saying, you know when there's a contract year for a lot of guys, and you look at a guy putting in a little bit more effort. I think the guy that you respect the most is when they play the same way all the time, whether it's a contract year or the first year. A lot of guys do ramp it up and make more shots when it's a contract year.
But that's human nature, don't you think? I mean, if you know there's a prize at the end, the harder you work. If there's a big test at the end of the week, you study harder. I mean, I would just think that's just human nature.
It is, and I think for instance, the teams and general managers, you have to do your homework to understand the type of player that you're paying for a long time.
So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. Oklahoma City shooting has been brilliant in this game, 67% from the floor.
Straight rim rocker.
It looked like, Greg, for a second, like he might rip the cylinder loose. Fourth quarter of basketball, we're about a minute into it. And Mills kicks to Bertans. There's a screen. Over in the corner, Paul. And they double up Paul. 5 on the clock. Looking for Laverne. He gets it there. Over Felton. Second chance shot. Can't hit that one. Good D by Johnson. Here's Ferguson. Defended by Paul. Took him no time at all on that one. Ferguson's got 4 points this quarter. The Spurs have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Spurs passing it around. And here's Mills from the arc, and he's good on the 3 ball.
Learning from Tony Parker for so many years how to work off the screen. Great job by Mills.
And he jams it with authority.
I'd say that shot is well within his range.
I would hope so. Pass to Bertens. Now here's Mills. Defense right on him. Pass to Bertans. Kicks it out to Paul. He feeds it to Forbes. No good with the triple.
You won't see him miss many of these. A wide open look from distance.
Here's Collison. From down in the low post, it goes.
You get a chance to see the elite court vision there. Excellent pass.
For San Antonio, they've gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. Mills with it. Now Felton defending. And Laverne throws it down.
Absolutely the prettiest play in basketball, executed to perfection.
I don't think you'd get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop. Kicks to Forbes. Back to Mills. Paul left side. Shot from 12. He's off on that one. And the Thunder going the other way now. They host the Kings after this game. That will complete this 4-game homestand.
And that's another fast break bucket. And this is the pace, though, guys, that's been working for them.
They are winning the battle in transition. Look for them to keep pushing the tempo.
Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Johnson over to help. Ferguson, the pass to Collison. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Oh, terrific pick. Then kicks it right ahead, turning defense into offense.
And on the other side, that's an annoying miscue. Total lack of focus.
Bertans can't get it to go. Here's Oklahoma City now. They're on a 14-6 run. Abrinas' shot is off. Spurs have gotten only 3 of their 9 field goal attempts to go down since the end of the third. Pretty cold down the stretch. A shot by Paul. Nobody around. Again, the miss by the Spurs. The Thunder have gone 7 of 10 shooting the ball since the start of the fourth quarter. Shot left block. Abrinas with the bucket. Mills with it. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Laverne dishes to Mills. Over Johnson. They grab their own miss. Yep, that one goes in there.
And they've shown a little extra hustle on the offensive glass here in the second half. Second chance points are starting to add up for them, and they can use every one of them.
And you have to like the location of this pass. Gives it to him where he can do something with it.
Now here's Mills. He's covered by Felton. And Mills kicks to Bertans. Offensive rebound, Spurs. Now Mills. You know, Smitty, as the game grows internationally, we've seen a contrast drawn between the academies, for instance, in Europe and Australia and the youth basketball organizations in this country. Do you think we're doing it the right way? Should there be change, more policing of just how things are run at a very young level?
I think more policing, Kevin. I think also coaches being better equipped to be able to be around young kids. I think also how many games these kids are playing. I think obviously you want them to have games, but when they're playing 5, 6, 7 games in a weekend, I just think that's too much. That's just a solid execution to get a wide open look.
And so the ball out of bounds. Collison touched it last. Eustace comes in for Oklahoma City. Kyle Anderson, he's checked in for the Spurs. Murray comes in for Patty Mills. San Antonio's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. There's the screen. Doubled by Felton. And it's out of bounds. The Spurs able to retain possession here. Parker's checked in for San Antonio. And Laverne kicks to Parker. 6 to shoot. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense.
One shot, mind the lanes.
That free throw good from Anderson. Well, Steve, it's something that everyone has a different opinion on. How do you feel about the current amount of years a player has to play in college before they enter the NBA draft?
Well, Kevin, I look at it this way: is I like the notion that people have been throwing around that you're able to come out of high school and go to NBA. But if you choose to go to college, you must play 2 years. So I'm leaning toward and researching and looking at that. I think I'm on board with that because there are some guys should have the opportunity straight out of high school, and there are some guys I think need college. So I think if they can balance that out, and I think that's the way I would be leaning.
I like that perspective. And for the Spurs, their shooting in the fourth quarter has looked shabby, 38%. Poke loose. He's got a clear path up the floor. Here's Abrinas. San Antonio with the rebound. In transition, here comes San Antonio. Here is Forbes. They're running. Here's Abrinas. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
2 shots. Foul. Elbow. 2.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And with the business of basketball booming, most players are afforded a pretty lavish lifestyle. There's no doubt, and not only the NBA, but in all sports, certainly a blessing. But Smitty, are there downsides to all that notoriety, all that money, all that lavishness?
Yeah, it is, Kevin. I think the downside is, one, you can't live that lifestyle if it's lavish for the rest of your life. And I think, second, it takes away. You are a public figure right now. You have to understand that. And that's the downside. Being able to go out with your family, being able to go out to a restaurant, you got to understand, yes, there's going to be fans everywhere, and it takes away from that. So I think that's the 2 things for me is guys got to understand that lifestyle doesn't last. And I think also, personally, it takes away from what you can do out in public.
And he makes the first. And so Murray nails both of them. The Thunder shooting the lights out in this building, 68% from the field. Here's Eustace, an easy 2 points on the layup. Eustace has got 4 points now in the quarter.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Parker passes to Murray. Well, the NBA has taken great strides to ensure a competitive balance, Steve, over the past decades, but they have a long way to go to achieve complete parity. I don't know that it can ever be done. How do you feel about the current competitive balance of the league right now?
You know, I think it's good, but Kevin, you're totally right. You can't get complete parity. You're going to have injuries, and I think when you have injuries, it changes the whole dynamic of these teams. So far, so good for me. I think it's a lot of balance. Good teams are good for a while, and then it always shifts and changes. I think we're in good hands right now.
Parker kicks to Laverne. Ball's knocked loose. And again, Oklahoma City running the court in transition. Good on the shot. Abrinas has got 10 points here in the second half.
And the steal then right into the fast break. Great awareness.
Perfect read. Takes a chance, certainly pays off.
Anderson kicks to Laverne. Tries again, and it's good on the layup.
Love the extra possessions. Defense has them stopped, but can't control the boards.
Unloads from 13. And good. Got the English that time as it falls. And the Spurs with possession here. And here is Parker. Gasol a screen. Laverne in the corner. The tray. Abrinas with a rebound. Here's Oklahoma City now. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Here's Eustace. Again, the Thunder score. San Antonio's gotten some tough luck from three-point range. In the fourth quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep. Shots good by Laverne.
Really smoking the nets now after a difficult time shooting in the first half.
Felton dishes to Patterson. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
And since halftime, he has been a different player.
Parker outside. An easy layup after coming off the pick.
Just like old times, Frenchie putting the ball on the deck, getting his drive on.
Patterson, that's good.
I tell you what, his accuracy has been the story of this game.
And to do it in the fourth quarter, you're trying to extend the lead. He's making that happen.
Anderson outside. Gasol setting the pick for Anderson. Back to Gasol. Rebound by Raymond Felton. Felton's got his 4th rebound in this one. Patterson with it. He's picked up by Parker. And San Antonio shooting well. They're at 45%. 1:35 left in the fourth quarter. And Felton with a clear path to the hoop. Lays it in off the breakaway.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for Oklahoma City.
This is a game where the defense, steals specifically, generating a lot of opportunities.
And it created possessions for them, scoring opportunities, and that effort a big part of what will be a nice victory here tonight.
And this will push their record to 39 wins and a good effort tonight.
And they will walk out of here feeling really good about themselves today, guys. A big win over a conference foe they'd split their previous 2 games with.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Russell Westbrook.
Boy, it was amazing the level of chaos he caused. Challenging ball handlers, getting into passing lanes, racking up a number of steals that helped demoralize his opponent.
Gasol, a screen on Patterson. The feed to Laverne. Back to Parker. Laverne trying to break free, and that one's good. Parker.
And this run may make the score look a little more acceptable, but still a loss.
They could never put it together when it mattered. Just let too many opportunities slip through their fingers.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, he's just been a pest out there tonight, putting major pressure on him with his D. His steals keep adding up, and to have a player putting that much pressure on the ball, it does wonders for the team. It throws an opponent's entire game plan into disarray.
He sure has given this crowd a treat tonight. This kind of performance only cements his status as a fan favorite. Now off the inbound. No good that time. And San Antonio will go the other way with it. Parker against Felton. Got a piece of it. Here's Ferguson. A rebound by Gasol. Parker against Felton. Parker, right side. Gasol, no good. Ferguson, offline. So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Carmelo, what did you like best about the win tonight?
We just played hard. We came out here ready to play. We jumped out there quick on the defensive end, and offensively we got it going again. And it was a great team win today, though.
Everybody contributing. Carmelo, thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. Now for Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge. This is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA here on 2K Sports. So long.